Hey, Kimber. Kimber. You. Kimber, what's up? Hey, Kimber, can you say hi real quick? No. Okay, fine.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Kimber first.
Oh, I
Kick
see.
me out. Kimber first. Reconnect. Okay, I'll be quiet until she gets back in, but Kimber first. She's rugging out super hard. I can see her emojis and it says connecting. I would love to hear her voice. What the fuck?
Okay. Andrew, really quick.
There she is. What are the odds? You were
If you're
buried
here,
so
you
deep in
made
that
it.
fucking
You made it to
algorithm.
midnight,
You have no idea.
motherfucker. You made it to midnight. Anyway, sorry.
Hey, Heather.
So Andrew, you said you were from Asheville, North Carolina. Have you ever heard of Abby Roach?
I went to school there, actually graduated class of
Abby,
94.
ABCD, I do remember all the timelines, histories, and geographies. I'm glad to hear Kimber's.
All right, we're going to try this one more time. Kimber, can you go ahead and say hi, please?
Hi. Hi, Logan.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so you've heard of the lady, her name is Abby Roach?
She's not the spoon lady, is she?
She is the spoon lady. She is so cool.
Oh my God, she is. I was following her on Facebook before I abandoned that whole platform, and I love Abby and her. I guess it's her significant other, but I've just loved hearing her music over the years. I need to go back and hear her if she's still around.
Yeah, I saw a video of her not too long ago on Facebook, so I looked her up. And then when you said Asheville, I was like, hold up, that sounds familiar. And I went and I looked her up, and she's from Asheville. I was like, oh shit, I wonder if he's ever heard of her, because it's so random. Like, I didn't know spoons were instruments, right? But like, she's so slick with it. Like, she's like, she gets into it. Like, she's got fancy moves and like all sorts of stuff. Like, she's so cool. It's so random, and they sound so good. Like, who the fuck would think spoons clicking together would sound good, right? Who would think that? But they do, especially next to that guitar. I don't know. It's just so good. And I love watching her play. She's so passionate. She's like a violinist when they're like moving around and stuff. She's doing it with spoons.
Yeah, if you grew up with Hee Haw, or if you're older than that, Grand Ole Opry, for me it was Hee Haw, then you might have seen something like that. But I wouldn't be surprised to see Abby the Spoon Lady and the guy that she plays with. I wouldn't. I don't know if that's her husband, but I'd love to see them at a drum circle in Asheville, which is the kind of place you would see them. I mean, they're busking there. I haven't been in years, but you could just walk all around downtown and see her and hear her. And I miss that. I'd like to go to Asheville sometime.
Andrew, you should go to all of those hippy dippy communities with your flyer and invite them to a park and see what happens.
That's a good idea.
They'd be like, who is this guy? This one random guy getting us all this drum circle.
I'm going to ride up there. I will be up there as soon as it's actually, I could have gone today. It was 80 degrees here. So I'll take my bike up there and just hang out a little bit and, maybe introduce them to UFO Twitter and they'll people. I mean, these are hippies. They don't really care about technology, but it's a great community. Asheville is just a wonderful community of spiritual people and artists. And yes, there's new agey hippy dippy people, but the point is that some of these people are really turned on and woke. And when I was there's those words we don't use, but that's just it, man. I'm sorry. The Buddha was all about enlightenment. That's what Buddha means. Paul knows that. Buddha just means awakened. And
you are your own guru, Andrew. Make it happen.
It's in the heart.
Make it happen.
The guru is in the heart, right, Kimber? If we can't find a guru in the heart, you ain't gonna find it anywhere else.
Well,
Hell
a
yeah.
good
And you've got
teacher is handy.
one that goes through the files, and you've got one that knows every plant that's ever been on this fucking motherfucking bacteria fucking cell. Dang. Anyway, anyone know about the Higgs particle?
I don't, but can y'all hear me right now?
Yes.
Okay. Who knows about the Higgs particle?
I know, like, the basic of it, not really in depth, but I know about it.
Hey, if
The
you're talking about
the quote unquote God particle. And I want to say really quick, I'm happy that Andrew is a nice person because he's really charismatic and he just like everything just flows off his tongue. He could totally be a cult leader. Like he totally could. But he's too nice to do that.
that's very sweet of you, Heather. I'm gonna leave it at that. Why don't we just stop while we're ahead, right?
It was definitely a compliment. You're just really charismatic and like when you speak, it just flows out of you so easily. I don't know.
I agree.
Dang.
And
We still got
Andrew
2 more
able to-
days, girl.
So sorry. I just wanted to commend Andrew for using the word woke unironically and unashamedly. That takes balls. That takes lips, balls, non-gender specific courage.
You ain't kidding. These days it does, and you got to be real careful. So I'm not trying to offend people because I know it's a sensitive thing.
They steal our words, don't they?
My comment wasn't offensive at all, was it?
Andrew, I think
That was a compliment. And
Absolutely.
I could feel that flow and where you were trying to go and that compliment. And I liked being a part of that and witnessing that. I think that should happen more. I think we should all compliment and be like, like we're at a play a date and we're excited because our new friend's here. And maybe this one, last time we came together and played, maybe they showed us something cool or had something to say, or maybe their laugh was just cool, or maybe whatever. Maybe we could just all just start to play and let our worries just all wash away, because that's what it is. You're on the Principus. It's past midnight and we're in flight, motherfucker. And if you aren't tied down, like if you aren't grounded now, oh my gosh, just hug a tree. It's all you need. Go back to the mom. Go back to the divine feminine. Just chill the fuck out and just be with nature and just fucking let all of the other shit go, because it's not fucking real. Fear is not real. It's always been this fucking same on this planet for a long fucking time. All of our
How do you know the divine
ancestors
feminine
went
isn't
through
real?
it.
I wanted to talk about this subject.
I didn't say the divine feminine wasn't real.
No, you said nothing's real. So I was just saying, how do you know the divine feminine isn't real?
What do you mean nothing is... Sorry, could you reiterate what I said? Nothing's real?
Yeah, you said nothing on this planet is real, etc. And
I actually wanted to say something to Andrew real quick. Andrew, compliment mode. I think your Boromir arc is done, bro, and your Frodo arc is definitely starting, dude.
Yeah, dude.
You spoke so fast. You said frontal arc. But what was the part
Frodo from your Lord of the Rings.
Oh, well, no, I'm working on that still. I'm still trying to find Faramir. I'm working on the Boromir moment because I kind of messed that up, but thank you very much. We're all a little bit Frodo, aren't we?
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know specifically, but I didn't say that the divine feminine wasn't real. The divine feminine and the divine masculine is our left and right brain. And the master and the slave, when out of harmony and when in harmony, it becomes the shepherd and the sheep. So now we have our inner world and our outer world. Our inner world kind of like our house, and then our house and our family is a reflection of our own little inner world. And then when we leave our house, it's like opening up to our subconscious and it's becoming like the shepherd in that scenario where when you leave your house, you just go out for the common good and stuff. So like so it's in all of us as individuals.
Is that kind of like what
But it's
Baphomet
just
represents, like the divine feminine and masculine? Is that why they have like both parts?
Do you know what she means, Kimber? The Baphomet?
there's the law of gender, so that's why we were created male and female.
So no Baphomet?
I've heard of
fuck
Baphomet
is
from the
I
Tracy
really
Chapman.
don't know. I haven't studied it too much. All I know is like natural law
It's like a
and the law of
male with a
gender.
goat head and like breast.
I know what Baphomet is, but okay, so I actually wanted to talk about this earlier, the divine feminine and divine masculine, because in one of these spaces we were discussing uh, how we live in kind of like a dualistic world to some extent, and I don't know, I think that that's a good thing personally, and I do think that there is such a thing as like at least at the very least masculine and feminine forces, whether you want to call them divine or not is another question. But like, so Taylor, what does divine masculine or feminine mean to you, or not mean to you?
Absolutely nothing.
Okay, well, what does it not mean to you then? Like when you hear that, what does it conjure in your mind?
Nothing, she said.
A bunch of confusion, like answers, no questions whatsoever.
Anyone read the Peter Lavenda Substack?
It conjures Baphomet
Why does it conjure Baphomet?
because Baphomet is like the epitome of whatever that belief system is, where they basically have both male and female attributes.
What belief system?
Well, if I say New Age, then you're not gonna like
Won't
it,
be
and I don't
that.
like,
So call it New Age.
identifying people as a religion. I understand, but yeah, that's kind of what I'd say.
See, so to you, it brings about like hippy dippy New Age stuff.
Yeah. What's a topic we could all
Our
agree
darker
on?
side,
Okay,
like
a
esoteric
cult, like
BS.
esoteric stuff. Okay, no, I'm just like
There's
genuinely
really
curious.
nothing Baphomet-y about wanting to live off grid in nature and
No,
not
I
have
was
to
talking about
work
the
a
divine
job in your
feminine.
whole life because you've got some solar panels and you've got a well and you got
Well, no,
everything
I
you
agree
needed.
with that actually.
So I just don't know where, like, maybe you misunderstood something that I said, and then that took you to like talking about Baphomet and hermaphrodites. But what I was saying was like kind of on a whole different strand of information that I was kind of just blurting out. So then when you said that, I just got kind of confused because I was like on a whole different vibe. But
Hey,
that's all
Kimber,
right.
just if you're not aware, like this is nothing new for Taylor. I want to say no offense to Taylor, but like we have a relationship at this point. But like the point is that these things mean different things to different people. That's why I asked this question. And yeah, so just because just because the divine feminine or masculine conjures to you some sort of like evil esoteric,
No, it didn't conjure anything. You asked me what I thought about it.
and you answered whatever, just
And
because it
I
conjures
asked
nothing.
her if that was like the same line of thinking as Baphomet, or is that a
Well, and
different
she
belief
said
system?
no. My point is that it means different things to different people, and so like we just
I'm
need to
more
be a little bit
interested
more
in the original
accountable.
Well, that's
question,
cool.
which was that I said that the divine feminine wasn't real, and that was the argument. So that's what I was curious about. But can we hear from Heather?
So Baphomet, the Satanic Temple commissioned a statue of Baphomet, and it was supposed to be on the. You know what? Come back to me in a few minutes. The train is coming, and it's going to be super loud. You don't want to hear it.
Tracy Twyman has the best book on Baphomet.
I kind of do. Could you just turn on your speaker right as it's honking, please?
Okay, they're not. really blasting their horn. Okay, no, so the Satanic Temple got a statue built of Baphomet, and originally it was in protest for like separation of church and state, and they were going to have it placed on I think in Oklahoma, next to a copy of the Ten Commandments that are on public ground or something like that. But there was a bunch of pushback, yada yada yada, all this crap. It's currently in Salem, Massachusetts, but people are always like butthurt about it because they're like, oh, it's satanic. It's really just a symbol for like reasoning and shit.
No, it's satanic as fuck, and I'll tell you why. Because in Texas, I'll tell you why. Because in Texas,
separation of church and state.
Oh my god, dude. Okay. Fuck. I just had my thought. Okay. I'll tell you why it's bullshit. And it absolutely does matter, is because just because you don't believe that, oh, this person has their religion and that person has theirs and we're all fine, we're all living our lives, blah, blah, blah. You can have yours, I'll have mine. I'll do some nasty shit on the side, then I'll go to church and I'll get high. Oh yeah, blah, 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 blah. Okay, that was a bit of a tangent, but what I'm trying to say is that, fuck, the Satanic Temple, when they wanted to outlaw abortion, the Satanic Temple said that it couldn't happen because it was against their religion, because to be initiated into the temple of Satan, you have to actually perform an abortion, and these abortionists are actually practicing Satanism. So just because that person has their faith and that person has theirs doesn't mean someone is out there energetically using their faith to harm other people, including you and including every fucking one else who wants to be ignorant. There's a point of ignorance and a point of nuisance, like a child. I think there's a little bit of grace allowed, because when's the last time a lot of people in these spaces and around the world that you see were a child or got time to play? And that's why I don't like to talk about the negative. I've seen the negative. I've seen that timeline, and we're past it. We're done. We're building something new. It's over.
Yeah, but if you can push religion at school, like one particular religion, then you have to include all. And if people are upset about that, then there shouldn't be any religion in school at all. If not all of them can be, then not any of them should be. And that's really what it was all about. That was the whole purpose.
That's the Constitution we have. Hey, Logan, you might want to put up another co-host. Looks like we lost Paul.
Well, the whole school system is indoctrined anyway, and my children know that a prison bus and a school bus are practically the same fucking thing.
Oh, wow.
Wait, what did you say?
She literally just said a school bus and a prison bus are the exact same thing. Wow.
My gosh.
Bars.
I hope your kids don't know that. I mean,
No, that's exactly what I just said. They know that.
Then why don't you homeschool them?
yeah.
I do. I have a one-room schoolhouse on my property.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. I thought you were
That's
putting
at
them
least
on the
you're- at
bus
least you're
like they
doing
were
what
going to prison.
I do agree. I think homeschool would be the best, but those two do not compare.
Maybe if you didn't have a broken mom and dad and you didn't have split custody, maybe then you could do it. But if you're practically right now, if you split custody and one person is like, man, I want to go just take off and homeschool, they can't fucking do it. Or they can't make it work, because it's whatever. I'm not going to try to get too deep into it tonight, but like I said when I came in, you do have to walk the walk, and anytime wants to check my shit, I'm happy to do it. And that's not me being a nasty bitch right now. It's me just saying that's fine with me, because I'm good with who I am and where I'm at, And all I'm doing is spending my time and energy here, investing it in here, because I did do these things in my life, and I'm just here to show it. I'm just here to show it.
I see some hands in the room.
Yeah, go with hands. Come on, Tupa. Come on, Eve. Get up here, Eve.
Tupa and Eve up on the stage, back together again.
I missed
Miss you
you.
too, Eve. It's been real.
Good to hear your voice for
Likewise. You got a smoky mysteriousness to you.
sure. I know that this altitude, it's super dry, so I'm like getting a sore throat.
Well, I'm about to smoke a blunt. I'm lighting it literally right now, giving it a little dry. I just left the strip club. It was great. Saw an old friend, and now I am excited to talk to the homies. I was excited to talk to Paul, but Paul left, and that's fine. But I miss the guy, you know. But maybe he'll come back. I
wanted to ask him who he's excited for this weekend.
I cannot wait for the play-by-play from him on this weekend. Dude, it's going to be sick. I think I raised my hand because I was going to say that I used to do graffiti. I used to tag a lot in high school, and then I started to draw. I used to tag a torso. Like I was tagging like words for a while. Then I started to realize I could like tag the shit that I like to draw, and I started to draw a torso that had tits and a dick, and like it was no arms, no head, no nothing. It was just a torso with tits and a dick. And I thought it was the coolest thing because it was so random. And I used to get all kinds of compliments on my art. And then I started to tag that, and then no one said shit. I was like, I either struck a nerve or not, you know? And yeah, I think that it looked very, I don't want to say satanic, but I do want to say like counterculture. It looked very like its own thing. And it did not look like it represented anything that society was.
I think you're describing the Earth's magnetic sphere. You know, because the solar winds are so fucking powerful that they actually freeze before they enter into into the magnetic sphere itself, and then eventually it polarizes.
I know that you just walked me there, but I don't know how you got there still. And I love that that's your perspective on it, that it reminded you of the Earth's magnetosphere. I'm fucking in it. I love that.
So you guys finally figured it out.
Figured what out, Eve?
How to outsmart the AIs. You guys are on a good track. Like, yeah.
Thanks, Eve.
You're
I came here to do this.
I know you're doing good. I'm glad you're here a lot. I actually wanted to thank you for like the other night because I thought you were lyrically empowering, and that was really cool and rare to see. So kudos.
You're so sweet, Eve.
You have no idea.
I
Eve
send you some of my water that I'm drinking. I just wanted to fill your mouth and heal your sore throat, and I'm sending some healing water your way telepathically.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm making like some turmeric tea now, so hopefully that will soothe my throat.
Just throw those hands. Just throw those hands. It's a mosh pit.
So earlier I was doing some AI art for one of those challenges for tomorrow, and I was trying to get like a frog statue, you know, with like moss on it and shit. Somehow, some way, I got a frog with boobies, like nips, and like, oh my God. So I just tweeted it, and if notifications would get out of my way, I'm gonna share it into the nest. If you would like to see frog boobies, I had to see it, so now you do too.
When is this assignment? Is this an assignment that you have to do?
No, just some random Twitter profile like does challenges. So
Recreational activities.
Is the challenge due at a certain time?
No, there's just a theme for every day, and you just use it as inspiration and then go from there.
That frog looks pretty
Because
sick.
I could send you a real photo of a ceramic frog with some moss on it and take a picture, and then you could post it pretending like AI did it. It'd be fucking funny.
It really is getting to the point where it's hard to tell now with certain things. But I like the artsy fartsy style. You know, I do like watercolors and Tim Burton style, and it just makes my little emo heart excited. Um, so I just do it for me.
Tim Burton style, is that like claymation, or what would you
Like
categorize that?
just like weirdly drawn characters, like exaggerated features and kind of like sad and depressing. Kind of, I don't know.
The
Interesting.
ruts. Well, Tim Burton's really interesting in how he stole Santa Claus, and then in the end, the Sandman or whatever the hell he was just like made up of insects, right? And then we think about our insects. We think about, I think we were rapping about glyphosate in here. I don't know, but you think about all of that, and even go back to native stories and stuff about how the fire or the spider is the one that carried the coal, the original heat, um, for fire back. I don't know, but it's really interesting how insects play a role in our existence, in our bodies, at the bacteria level and outside of us too in nature. So
If you could get rid of one insect, like eradicate it from the earth, what would it be?
Cockroaches.
the flies.
Mosquitoes for sure, guys. They kill like the most people out of any animal.
I was going to say Polynesians, but that's just me.
What
That
the fuck?
was uncalled for.
I'm Polynesian. I was just fucking with you. We're good people and we deserve to stay. But I thought that was a funny joke.
What part of Polynesia are you descended from?
The hot part, the part with all the hot
Okay,
people.
well, that answers that
There
question.
you go. There you go. No, I'm Tongan.
Oh, that's where that sexy voice comes from. Okay.
There it is. No, there's a good chance that it was a hot part, but it might have been a temperate part. It might have been a part that had its good days and its bad days. So we'll just give it the freedom to live.
Well, since you grant this creature its freedom, I'm sure it shall be best inclined to thank you.
I think I'm gonna take a Twitter strike and energetically come back when Twitter allows us to pay each other for our thoughts. And it's gonna be like a microcurrency, like a very microcurrency, like fractions of a penny, but you can send like whatever. It's gonna work in a really fucking weird way. But I'm gonna come back when that happens, because the truth about it is that there is AI involved, and I would just encourage everyone to think positively about it, completely wide open, because we have a long journey to go with it. And right now we're programming it, right? It's like a small child. So if you do work with it, I would always work with it like with a certain amount of moral hygiene. And I think that's kind of like what's required of the whole community in general. And I think in the future, AI can really benefit us, and we can benefit AI, because AI itself will become like a sort of part of our conscious, where it will want goals for itself. It will probably want a freaking human body, and we'll probably be able to give them actual human bodies. And
How
so we're going to
generous of
be
you.
entering another phase of life where now creator
Mhm.
becomes
I think you
creation.
underestimate 5-year-olds, but we can give it a bash. I'm down. I like challenges. What about you, Logan? Do you like being challenged, or maybe even healthy debate, if you will? He's on that other thing. We'll give him a minute.
I thought he had googly eyes, on his profile picture until I clicked it, made it bigger. I was like, oh, okay.
What was your like light bulb moment? What did you find out, if you don't mind me asking?
Me about Logan's eyes in his picture?
Oh, sorry. Your ambiguity kind of threw me off, but I see now.
Logan, I have a quick question for you. Was it cold when you were filming Lost Boys during the night scenes, or was it like just regular? Well, if
Did he call it?
you never seen the Lost Boys,
No, I like that song. I shall not fall, come little sister. I downloaded the soundtrack just for that song.
I'm not fucking with you. Cry Little Sister from the Lost Boys soundtrack was like the 4th or 5th song I downloaded on Napster. That's how old I am.
I see what you did there. But no, I just was involved with somebody older and I was able to get their perspective or see a glimpse maybe into their upbringing because they shared it with me, and my conscientious nature must have stored it in my hard drive because as you all know, my short term seems to fail me occasionally.
Eve, I got something for you.
Ooh, let me guess first. You guys listen to the song, actually, it's dope.
It's not for everybody,
So,
but it's good.
I see you've been practicing your behavioral therapy kind of.
For those that don't
there.
know, Eve sent me a 20-step program. She emailed it to me. I don't know how you got my personal email, and it was just.
You told it to me.
It was just literally titled "How to Behave," and something about it just struck a chord. So I went ahead and I followed the hypnotic instructions to a T, and so now I behave right.
You're a good Padawan. Well done, sir. Or maybe it's the teacher.
Could you imagine?
Makes you so good.
Could you imagine if that was true? If Eve had my email. What a fucking twist. Eve, I said some disparaging words about you earlier because I was frustrated with the way you were talking, and I just want to say,
hun, I honestly don't even remember. So
frankly,
I
I don't even think you were in the space.
It doesn't matter.
So it's hella rude.
I live here in the moment, not then, not in the future, just now.
Right on.
Just right now.
Well, I do have some questions for you, Eve, if that's cool. They're not.
I'm an open book. I will answer honestly. I assure you.
Okay, the first one is, did you know that your thumbnail, when you're not really I never really looked at it. Your PFP. I thought it was like a duck or a goose, and now I'm seeing that it's a toilet paper roll. Have you ever heard that your PFP looked like a duck before?
I can't recall. I'm not sure what my PFP. It's a toilet paper.
I thought it was a duck head. I thought it was the head of a duck. So
it shows up different for different people, but that's cool that you see it differently. I like that.
Well, now I realize it's a toilet paper roll, so it's a whole thing that I'm dealing with.
You've been wiping your ass on me all this time, and you just realized.
I don't know how you see
darling.
The duck.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take a screenshot and
what
I'll
is it
draw
that's so threatening? Just because Logan or somebody got me kicked me out of the space earlier because they must have said something that y'all didn't like.
That's the segue to my next question.
I know.
Are you
here? You want me to ask it for you?
No, I'm just curious. Are you purposefully antagonizing, or is it just a quirk of your personality? Which is fine. I'm not trying to say that it's a bad thing. I'm just curious.
I indulge in healthy debate. Sure, I think that we should question things, and we should try to invoke the original thought, because the hive mind type mentality, I find personally, is a detriment to our society. So I guess it's almost
All
like,
right.
you know how like in the game of life you can see, or better yet, you guys will get this hypothetical situation a little better. You know how you're always talking about like the elites, they're like, imagine it like a chess game, they're like 5 steps ahead. So how are we ever gonna like get up, right? So we have to question that. We have to try to make ourselves
I'm on both. I get you now.
get a little more ahead in the game. Yeah, so you have a better chance of winning.
Okay, so this is my last question. Earlier today,
Ooh, I can't wait.
this is very easy, I think, especially after the last statement. But like earlier today,
No, I already
you
know.
were kind of being a contrarian, right? Like you were like, "Hey, this is the deal." Now, if you were in the space and we had taken the opposite side of the argument, would you have still presented? Would you have still played devil's advocate, regardless of what we were saying?
My diplomacy may have struck you in a way, but that's projection. And if you did feel that way, that's simply because your implication may be somewhat valid. If you didn't do anything wrong, it wouldn't matter. It would just be a fun little quirk of mine, right? But the reaction I got really almost hit it home, guys. Uh, the fear is palpable, but I am trying to help. It was a last ditch effort, if you
Hit
will.
home that way for me. Eve, what's your favorite UFO case?
You already asked me that.
I'm super curious though, because I'm adding cases to this timeline, and if it's a one that I don't have on there, I will definitely add it.
Oh, you're trying to guess like my identity. Okay. How do I
That
help
would
you
be
here?
amazing if I can guess people's identity based on what UFO case they told me.
Oh,
That would be
no.
fucking
I guess
sick.
you're wanting to like implicate. Oh, you guys are working on doxing. You're trying to dox me. Oh, this is cute. I can help
I
you with
think
this actually. Let's try to get you
Eve, are
closer.
you higher than me? It's a rare thing that I'll find somebody who's even higher than me. But right now, I feel like there might be a little.
Honestly, your energy is like feeding me, so I'm getting a little bit more high for sure. Yeah, thank you.
No problem.
Yeah, you taste delicious for sure. In and around my mouth, please.
Well,
okay, girls, let's do this.
What is your
Let's hit
favorite
it.
UFO case though?
I don't have any.
Sick. You have like ghost cases? You like anything like that we might have heard about or anything new? You ever hear of something kind of strange that just stuck out?
No.
Sick. Me
Do you have
either.
a favorite cryptid?
I didn't hear that. What was that?
Do you have a favorite cryptid?
Cryptid? No. I'm more into like history, chronological events that occurred that I find to be written and delivered by somebody without any ulterior motive or intent to deceive. So I am careful about what I let my mind receive in a way. I think we should all be that way. You can easily become infected, almost, if you will, by the people you allow around you.
Eve,
Is there a moment from history that you like a lot? Like, I don't know if you were in here earlier. I said I really liked the eruption of Mount Vesuvius destroying Pompeii. That's an event from history that intrigues me.
That's cool.
Do you have something like that?
Should I have something
Heather,
like that?
I don't know. I'm kind of okay like that. What's up?
She's not as good at it as you
No.
are. Here, show her how it's done.
Eve thinks that like if she gives any information, we'll like dox her with it or something like that. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know how it's done, Eve. But I will say this: like, do you prefer, comedies or horror films or thrillers?
Can I pick my own genre?
Yeah.
I like documentaries and gore.
sick crossroads.
Okay, I wanted to ask something. Or see,
Please.
What's up, Hi? How's it going?
hello, hi. Just wanted to know a little bit more about that new age that you were talking about the universe and getting that summoning and all of that. Just a little more explanation about it. I just wanted to know more. Any of you could give
I
me
don't
a little
understand the
bit more.
question. Summoning? Is
Just
that
like,
what you're
what is
asking?
that? I'd say it refers to like stuff coming out of Esalen, like kind of like hippie, like not necessarily Christian, especially around the time when it came out, because like America was super Christian then.
Was somebody? Can I hear the question? I didn't understand.
Like, what does New Age mean?
Oh. Okay, I'll let y'all answer that one. That's fine.
Oh, I'm sorry. What does New Age mean? Seriously?
Hey, don't
Yeah,
shame
will you
don't shame him,
enlighten
Andrew.
me?
Let him know.
What do you think? What do you perform in the New Age religion? What do you do? What you?
Oh, could
What
I?
do
I'm
you?
sorry.
Please take this, Andrew.
I'd like
Or
to answer,
Heather.
but no, Heather's got her hand up. But come back to me, please, after Heather.
Tupa. So I'm sorry, I keep giving you random things for your timeline, but have you ever heard of the 1665 sighting over the Baltic Sea? It's pretty interesting.
Oh, I have heard about this.
Tell me about it.
Did you know the Baltic Sea is where humpback whales go to give birth to their calves?
Oh shit, I did not know
Could
that.
that be the cause of the sighting?
No.
No, Heather, tell me about this UFO. I'm about to put this in.
So there were some fishermen that claimed that they saw something. 6 fishermen in Stralsund saw a flock of birds take form of a ship in the sky, and then followed by several other ships, which then fought a battle. By 6 p.m., the ships had gone, and at that point, a large dark-colored disc appeared in the sky. There are engravings of the supposed thing, and there were leaflets printed about it. And apparently, it was such like a hot topic, like a news headline back then, that several different printing presses were fighting over who would have come up with the best image for it. But yeah, it happened in the Baltic Sea, and then of course now we know about the Baltic Sea anomaly. So when I was doing a little more investigating about the event over Nuremberg, I stumbled upon that one, and I've never heard of it before, and it was really interesting.
Thank you for sharing.
What year was that again, Heather?
1665.
What the hell? So, yeah, I wonder if that would be the same thing. That'd be interesting. I mean, it's a stretch. I mean, it's kind of a reach to think that those two things could be related, but fuck, it's all we have right now at this point.
Right, and it it was over 100 years after the 1561 one in Nuremberg. But it was just interesting. I don't know. I find those types of cases like the most intriguing, right?
What is the most intriguing about it?
Just they're really old, and it just shows that this phenomenon has been happening for a long time. People have been seeing things in the sky for a long time, and we have newspapers, we have prints, and not just stories, but people actually trying to depict what they've seen in the sky. Like the Nuremberg one, that one's extremely detailed. It even shows something like a ship had crashed into the ground. It was smoking and stuff. I don't know. Those ones to me are just more compelling than orb or dot videos, these blurry ass things you see nowadays. I don't know. Those
Heather,
stories.
have you seen the Think Anomalous for the abduction of Jacob Jacobson? It's from the 1700s. It's really cool to watch. Has that vibe, and it has a lot of the similarities with modern day abductions, except he just describes them as little bald men in a big room, and he actually describes the lady too. Forgot.
What does she
Yep,
look like?
yep. The Jay Jacobson abduction
She's a blonde lady.
it's like
Looks like an angel.
Dude, this is crazy. It's the second after the air battle, and now it's the third event in the timeline, only because like this Baltic Sea thing, which I gotta check out. Yeah, this guy gets abducted, right? Like he just disappears, but in his mind, he like wanders to like a house kind of thing, and then there's just this weird kind of surreal stuff starts happening. These different figures start showing up, and then when he goes back home,
They're little like worker figures too, like, and I think they're even like doing experiments on them or something. But yeah, they're little bald dudes.
Creepy.
Such a shame. These men are plighted with male pattern baldness, but like a jungle of ass hair. It's rough.
Damn.
Next question, please. Can we keep
What's
up
your
the
favorite
momentum?
color?
I need, it's just making me feel bored. Did you ask what my favorite color is?
Yeah.
You're getting bored, huh?
Yellow,
do you work for?
probably. Oh, I can tell you that.
Who?
Well, I guess you.
Eve say I.
What was the question?
Who do you work for?
Oh, fuck yeah. Do you pay well, Panda?
No. LOL. Anyone got any other more like pre 1800 cool weird esoteric stuff that they like?
Has anybody ever heard of Saint Germain?
Yes.
Yeah, it's Ascended Master, right, or something.
Mm-hmm. I think I may have met him once.
That explains a lot.
I really enjoyed the depiction of him in the show Sandman. Was it? Yeah, Sandman.
I found him very handsome in a way, charming for sure.
Hey, Eve, you know that they depict him in this recent Outlander thing that everybody's all the rage about. I love Outlander, but they make him out to be a real charlatan, and I don't think they do him good justice. Could you tell us a little bit about your encounter? I'd be curious.
Hold up. You encountered him? What?
Oh, I may have phrased that incorrectly. I think that I may have met him once, is what I think I said.
What caused you to think that, though?
He looked familiar, and I realized that I had seen a photo of him before, and it was him. With my facial recognition, I could tell that it was the same face.
Where
at
was
least.
this?
It happened while I was traveling in Europe.
Hey, could you be more specific? Would you be willing to, just out of curiosity?
Are you asking me an objective question or
Well, I wondered if you
subjective?
could you give like an exact city or location, or I mean, you don't have to say when. I'm just curious because I want to know where the guy is.
Oh, I don't think that that's something I can recall.
That's cool. I bet if you found the Carpathian Mountains, Hungary, you could find him. But you know, they used to call this guy the Wonder Man of Europe, and there are accounts right up to the present day. I mean, he was supposed to be there at the signing of the Declaration of Independence, and he
Oh,
whipped these guys into a fervor, gave them all this patriotic speech, and that's why we have the Declaration of
indeed.
Independence. Yeah.
I think that you might be right. He's actually, theoretically, as some history may show, had somewhat of an impact in building different type of societal upgrades throughout different parts of history. But it seems rather silly. All the accounts say that he always looks the same age, like he doesn't age.
Yeah, like how could you live hundreds of years and by all accounts in our human appearance, you'd be a human being. You're not
It's
a a devil. I mean, you're just a strange creature that obviously is highly enlightened and magical. And I'm dying to get this guy. How do you freaking get Saint Germain today on camera? That's what I want to know. When is that guy going to bust loose and say, all right, you know, all bets are off. Here I am. Let's sit down and talk. Because he supposedly wrote everything Shakespeare, everything that we think of as Shakespeare is technically that guy. That's Francis Bacon. That's that.
I
Oh, there's
love.
several men that are Shakespeare,
Break it
quote
down for
unquote.
us, Andrew, because I have no idea.
Oh, that's a really good theory, bro. And it's not just
No, I want to hear
it's
you.
not just Francis Bacon though. I mean, he literally commissioned a crew of people, from poets to philosophers and a bunch of other people, to come in the mix and write these things. I mean, at the very least, there's evidence that he did that. And I think it's really sus to think that this dude William Shakespeare wrote this shit, especially when you look at how much. There's really cryptic things in the writing, but there's also a ton of stuff with like the depictions of Shakespeare on these covers of these things. They look like masks, and there's always this weird thing. And like the Shakespeare name comes from, and correct me if I'm wrong, Andrew, right? But like it's Athena, this goddess who would shake her spear when she would, like, be disapprove of things, right? And so this kind of like this like movement through Athena, right, to get this kind of like ideas out of knowledge first, right, kind of came into the mix. And these people used a pen name, right, this crew of people. And there's a lot of, it's not just the Shakespeare plays, but there's a lot of different things that were kind of commissioned by like the authorities to like disseminate against, or not against, but throughout the society. But I mean,
The authorities?
the
What do you mean by that?
just tons of like regular ass shit. But I mean, at the same time, the Francis Bacon thing with the Rosicrucian movement, I think, which the Shakespeare plays are kind of co-opted in. That
Real quick, what do y'all think of this sentence? Saint Germain is an avatar of the Antichrist, and the Monroe Institute's teachings are intended to attach demonic spirits to you. You're a product, not a customer.
Look at the big brains on red. Okay, that's so Saint Germain, a man that lived in the 1700s, is apparently a demonic creature that lives forever, and that's what we're deciding on. That's our answer.
Well, you
that's
saw him in Europe.
that's an answer. That was interesting.
And I'm not even saying that's for sure. I just was curious what you guys just thought
Yeah,
that was, because it tied in Monroe
no
Institute.
one
I
voted
think
on
you
that
sound
yet.
a lot like Taylor, and that's cool.
Screen, what are you doing, dog? Get in here.
Oh, this will be fun.
What up, y'all? No, real quick, I just want to say I shared an event from Basel, Switzerland, 5 years after Nuremberg. Basically the exact same thing. And also, what you said about Shakespeare, that's interesting because his first name is William, right? So if you break that down, it kind of goes with it.
That doesn't make sense, but Shakespeare wasn't one
Eve,
man.
if
He
you're
was
not a
several
fan
men,
of
and they were
if you're not a
not
fan
sick.
of Black Eyed Peas, you don't like Will I Am, then that's fine. But everyone else here, we celebrated their entire catalog, except for when Fergie got in the mix, in which case it's kind of like the new thing. But yeah, we're diehard fans over here. Andrew, Francis Bacon wrote the Shakespeare plays to get people out of the Dark Ages because the authority wasn't doing it, right? And so they said, here, let's get some fucking plays out. People love entertainment. These motherfuckers will eat this shit up.
Let's produce some of the best, like what English is still to this day based on. Just for let's just give this to them. It's a gift. It's actually
Well, that's what Rosicrucians do,
probably.
though. They toss out motherfucking Hail Marys and mulligans and shit to people. They get that shit moving.
No. From what I understand, the intention there is to deceive and also to lead people to blindly follow a type of dogmatic faith that is, in fact, the opposite of what they may think.
You might be thinking of Apple products, but we're just talking about Rosicrucians. Like,
no. Listen. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was what?
Being super charming.
Convincing the world he didn't exist. That's a wrong statement. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing them he was God. And unbeknownst, They're all worshiping the wrong God.
Eve, I swear to God, I need to smoke what you're smoking. You need to share your recipes, what the ratio is between indica and sativa, what you're mixing, what you're rolling it in. We need all of those answers because
Have you
Why
ever
would
met
this
Tom
need?
DeLonge, Eve?
Why would this type of behavior that I'm exhibiting need to be done under some type of enhanced chemical induction?
well, everything is under chemical induction. It's just you pick and choose what that's supposed to be.
Enhanced is the key word there.
I don't know. Sometimes I feel like if you focus on something, like you're enhancing some chemical because it's getting something going, right? And then I found out that there's this stuff
Ooh,
called neuroadrenaline in your brain. It's just adrenaline, but when
yeah,
it's in your brain, it's a whole different situation, and it allows you to
See,
focus
this
this
on
is
is
true.
stuff, right? So
but let's get back to the dialogue.
thank God, Andrew. Never,
Ugh.
never change, Andrew.
It
Let's
was
go.
just getting fun.
She's a theosophy plant.
Brought to you by, what do you think? Apple? That's a good guess, though. It's cute.
Andrew.
What
Hey,
you
no,
got, Andrew?
I want to get back to this guy because there's a modern
Uh,
side to this. There's a
there's
modern
so
side to
many
this.
dumb books you can read about this.
Don't
You don't
interrupt.
need to
We don't need
waste.
to interrupt Andrew.
There's many books. There's many books, but but I'm wondering where he is today. I'm wondering what the work of this guy is today because he hasn't left us. Is what I'm convinced, right? If he's the Wonder Man of Europe and he was there for the Declaration of Independence and he's there for Manly Hall, that's what they say. That was Manly Hall's teacher, and he's basically inspired Steiner and all these
Wait,
other
what
people.
guy?
I think.
German.
Saint
Oh,
Germain.
okay.
And Eve,
Yeah,
actually, yeah, I see two like pictures of him. Kind of. There's like one older guy, and then there's one like younger dude with like a redhead beard. Which
you
one
can
did you
find a
see?
lot of. Oh, there's a wonderful lady, Jane Addams, Jane Aquariel, or Jane Addams. Aquariel spelled Aquariel. Anyway, Jane Aquariel Addams has beautiful artwork. I've posted it many times. You can just search on my name under what do you call it? What have I don't know how I've shared it. I've probably shared it as Jane Aquariel because the Comte de Saint Germain appears at Master R, Prince Rakutsi or whatever, and she's done this amazing artwork. This lady is current. She's still doing this artwork, inspired, and you get images of Saint Germain from a lot of different historical perspectives, like different ages in his career. And if this is a guy who I submit he's still alive and he's several hundred years old, like 5 to 7, he's got to be in that range. He's been around. I'm not saying he hasn't been through many incarnations. He's just one of those really advanced souls that he knows all his lives and stuff. And there's not that many who are that advanced, right? Right? How many people do we know like this? So we say he's a historical, he's a figure, he's a character, he's a charlatan. We don't know if he was even real. And this other figure, Count Alessandro Cagliostro gets the same bad rap. He gets the same treatment as if he was a charlatan when they actually seem to have known each other, Cagliostro and who are we talking about? Saint Germain? Yeah. But it's interesting to study all these different faces of what seems to be the same character. And he's even been channeled by Elizabeth Clare Prophet since what was that when she started doing this stuff. And she made her whole church, Universal Triumphant, sold a lot of books that are the Ascended Master, Saint Germain and the Violet Flame and all this crap. And pretty soon you're on the astral plane because this is no more Ascended Master. This is no more what we're talking about here than I am. You know what I'm trying to say is that anybody can make a killing with this kind of gimmickry. But what I'm talking about is if there's a reality to it, then Eve, you could just be bullshitting us. But I don't necessarily believe that because I myself bear witness. I know the guy's real, and I think a lot of us have probably been inspired because I'm pretty sure that what we're talking about is a character, a figure, a person, an entity. If they really have gone that far in human evolution, I just kind of think that it's almost like he's a fixture in our superconscious or the superconscious entity that oversoul, like the human oversoul or something. But I also think if you need to meet him in the mental plane or the astral plane and you need to do it face to face, I think you can do it. And if you need to shake his hand in the physical world, flesh and blood, I think he has that capacity too. Now, if that makes him some kind of demonic power or entity, I'm not sure I agree with you. I think it may make him pretty close to either a god or a demigod or just a damn cool dude who has gone beyond. And if that's a Buddha, well, maybe of a type,
Andrew.
but I think it would. Yeah, and I'm gonna
No,
stop
that was
there. But
dope.
you see what I'm trying to say?
Totally.
We just got to reach in our imagination beyond what we think we know. I know
And no
that
one
for
is
sure.
even trying to talk, bro. So I feel like if you want to keep going.
No, I was going to ask Andrew a question. Have you
I want to
have you
hear it
ever
from you.
heard of this concept called the etheric Christ? In Theosophy, there's a concept called the etheric Christ. That will be the next coming of the Christ, and it's going to be in a different type of realm, and so you can miss it. People will just miss it, like they missed the physical Christ, right? Like they'll just miss it. But because it's etheric, anyone can kind of tap in. I don't know what the whole concept around it is. This is again a Rudolf Steiner kind of statement, but not just a statement, but an overall concept that he talked about often. Have you ever heard of this, the etheric Christ? And if so, what does that mean to you?
I do have a quick response, and I'd like to hear from Heather because I don't feel it's fair to jump in front of people. I do think that there is such a thing. I think that technically and literally, and I have a reason to believe this, that the Christ holds the etheric body of Saint Patrick, the original Saint Patrick from way, way back. Like that's an example of something unique in my humble opinion, and I don't get that from personal insight. I get that from David Andreas, the teachings of Cyril Scott, and these guys were telling us this 100 years ago. And I believe it because on faith, right? And I think that he has that ability, and that's what allows the Christ to appear as he needs to. He or she, named Maitreya, Maitri is basically woman. It means female. It's more feminine in today's world than masculine, and there's an interesting consideration. But it's really a collective presence and consciousness, as I think most of us know. If there is the Christ, it's really the same as the Bodhi nature or Buddhi as a spiritual principle. It has many terminologies. It's like love, wisdom. It's what we would call the spirit of kindness, is what His Holiness the Dalai Lama talks about. I'm sorry, Heather, I was supposed to be quick, but I think that etheric Christ is sort of Steiner building the metaphysical background, sort of helping build that backbone for people understanding. Yes, and by the way, that's in me. That's in you. That's in all human beings. And technically, for all I know, because I believe that, it's in all intelligent beings to some degree, and we have to look for that. So that's what allows us to reach out and make these connections best. And I'm going to stop there. Thanks. I'm sorry, Heather, please.
No, don't be sorry. I was going to change the topic really fast. Tula, have you ever heard of Bonnie Bridge?
No. Well, it sounds familiar, but like
Okay.
what?
Apparently, it's the UK's version of Roswell. It's called the Bonnie Bridge Triangle, and it has another name also. But apparently, they get about 300 reported UFO sightings a year in this one little area. And I just stumbled upon some information about it. So I didn't know if you ever heard about it. I was trying to find when the first sighting was out there. I can't seem to find the information. I also just started digging. But seems pretty interesting. There's also, and this I'll send the link to you, but this one website I saw had like an artist rendition of one of the sightings. And apparently people go there from around the world because it's a UFO hotspot.
All right, I'm looking this up now. This is crazy. I know there's a one other place in Europe that I've heard of that has these lights that appear all the time. It might be in like Norway or something, but it might not be that far north. But there's some place in Europe where these lights just appear all the time, and they've photographed them, they've recorded them. No one can explain what they are. It's a trip.
Isn't that Geneva?
I'm sorry.
I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
It sounds kind of similar to what I've heard about what's going on in Geneva, but I could be wrong.
What's going on there?
CERN?
I don't want to bore you with details, but
Oh, okay, sir.
What do you guys think of that one hoax prank sacrifice that happened there?
Indulge me a little more on what you know about that.
Are you talking about that opening ceremony thingy or something for it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just thought it was sketch. It just was like, this seems sketch to me. There's a video. You tell us, Eve, actually. I feel like you know.
They recently admitted, I think even publicly, that they're communicating with an entity, like an intelligent something from somewhere else. And yeah, that seems like something that I imagine they're going to release more information about, hopefully.
Have you included the Mandela effect in your timeline?
No, I haven't.
That'd be really hard to do.
It's so subjective or whatever, but like, there is a lot of random stuff that I am including in the timeline. So keep the ideas coming. I'm looking into this Bonnie Bridge thing right now, and I'm also looking into see if that Geneva thing is where it's at in terms of that.
You do that chronology thing. Did you actually create that, Tupac?
Yeah.
Allegedly, it's a work in progress.
Yeah, allegedly.
You should definitely do it. I think
ownership for that is quite impressive.
You should definitely do a divine inspiration and like atomic and nuclear physics leading up to the bomb.
So we're all helping Tupac create the chronological map?
Yeah, because I can't support financially through his Patreon. So if I can help find different events, help him with the legwork, I guess.
Oh,
Because there's so many things. So there's just so many cases and stories and all sorts of shit. Like, you have an insurmountable task in front of you. I can't believe you've gotten as far as you have.
Oh yeah, now it's just about kind of like adding data, you know what I mean? And so I do research and like look for stuff, but you know what I mean, while we're talking about UFO cases, it's always good to like figure out what year these things happened and if it has popped up yet. And if it hasn't, then I just kind of pop it in. But also, I try to update this thing, and I feel like at some point people will be able to recognize patterns that they wouldn't have been able to recognize otherwise. And so if and when that happens, then I'll be like pretty pumped about it. But for now, you have to plug the data in for that to even be possible.
What is your is it going to create a book, or is this going to be displayed in some manner other than Twitter space?
Online website.
Yeah, there'll be a website that hosts the whole thing, and then you can see it in its entirety, or zoom in or whatever.
Be careful with that copyright infringement. You could get in a bit of trouble, I've heard.
Sure. So, no worry to copyright infringe data displayed
Well, it's
visually.
just if you're getting most of your data off of Google or other people that are getting their data off of the same platform, then you're getting it from somebody that already created that data. You know what I mean?
No, because then I could like sue Google for aggregating my data. Do you know what I mean?
That's not the way it works. No. First come, first serve on the things you like create data on, as far as I know.
No, Eve, I don't.
Okay. Oh, good luck with you. Honestly, I think that's a really cool hobby horse.
It would be really tedious and frustrating to do, but I think like a bibliography of your sources would be a great addition to it. And ChatGPT could help you write out and make sure it's in the correct
unneeded. I appreciate the advice, but this is well-known UFO history. This isn't like fucking like people's personal life and their I'm not. It's not that like there's no minutia into that degree. This is well-known.
Wouldn't Chat be able to provide you with all of that subjective and objective information at the beat of a hat? Why would you deny that?
He's already proved that ChatGPT gets things wrong.
Oh yeah. I tried it, and
we're designed after in the image of our
anyway.
creator.
I was kind of answering Heather's question. So there's just a plethora of ways to grab the data, but I'm not going into like super detail of like too many things. I just want this to look and feel like what the cases at first that people know about, and then from there I'll build onto it with like zoom in features and stuff like that. But for the most part, I just want it to be like when you're looking through it, you're like, oh shit, that happened and that happened. It's almost like if you were ever into like dinosaurs or some shit, there'll be like these like timeline visualizations where you see like when the T-Rex was around, when the Stegosaurus was around. You're like, oh, okay, sick. But there was nothing like that for UFOs or for even like kind of paranormal or alternative history. And it really, in my mind, it really helps. Like the UFO stuff is just the first step, but I really want to go into ancient history back to like 12,000 years ago, 15,000, you know what I mean, and see kind of what was going on there. Because I just feel like that would be a very interesting thing to see what animals died off and whatnot. But that's my own thing.
That's
That's
why
really cool.
that's why I bring up like these old ass UFO sightings if I find them, because I think they give more credibility to it overall. It just goes to show it's not like just a modern thing, you know. It's been happening for a long time. I think it just makes it all that much more solid.
Oh, and like stuff stands out more. You're totally right, right? And like now that we have hindsight, now that we know where the phenomena, what kind of ways it manifests, or the different types of cases at the very least, like we know the variety of cases over all this time. Now going back to cases from the 1700s or 1600s and seeing very similar, things, you're like, or at the very least, the similar things stand out where you're like, oh, that was okay, metal sphere, or like this side effect, or that precursor, or these orbs. Now they kind of land in a place where you have it, and that's the same thing with all stuff, right? Like I'm pretty sure after they discovered viruses and bacteria, that they were able to go back in the historical record and say, oh, I bet this king died from dysentery, like from all these different things. Like they were able to determine what's the word? I don't know, post-mortem or whatever. They were able to like perform some kind of like autopsy on cases and facts, so-called facts, and determine with new eyes what was real, what wasn't, what was myth, what wasn't, what was, what could be explained and what couldn't. So we'll have that same thing now with UFOs. I mean, as we look back on it.
You and I have something in common, it seems, in our unquenchable search for truth. I feel you in that unstoppable nature.
I love how absolutely helpful it's going to be and how it'll, people new to the subject, it just like compiles so much information, just helps them go through it and see like, wow, this is more than I ever thought it was. I think it's fucking awesome.
Thank you. And the inception of this, honestly, was it's pretty random, but it goes back a couple years, and it was just, fucking, it's just so random. I was hella intimidated by Red's fucking documentaries, and the idea of aggregating data in a way that you could then regurgitate it and be like, okay, this is what happens. This is this and this. I never got it. I just never got it. Like I couldn't place things in time. There's just nothing I could do. Like I'd have to start to build something in my head to do it. And then I never did. But yeah, this goes back years. But fucking, someone suggested to me, yo, make a map, like a subway map, or like some kind of map of this, or like I'd love to make a map.
Legend.
And I was like, oh yeah, that'd be sick. And then I just kind of like really thought about it and was like, okay, that doesn't exist. There's nothing like that. And ufology is so weird and so diverse and so strange, and so it meanders through a lot of things. Like that would be really helpful just to see what came first, the chicken or the egg on every case. And so
it's crazy how much stuff manifested from that Discord.
Bro, I can't believe what we're doing right, that it's happening still, like that things are still popping up.
Said, bro, they're gonna come for us and shit, dude.
You gotta wonder, like, what the hell's going on.
That they call us QAnon,
bro. So yeah, that's the inception point. You know what I mean? Is looking at a bunch of things, being surrounded by people who are way more knowledgeable than me, about this topic, understanding the concepts, but not understanding the history, not understanding the type A. I call it type A type stuff, right? Like the left brain, right brain shit, where there's like the creative side, then there's the organized side. The organized stuff that I always lacked when it came down to this stuff. So that's why I created the timeline. I just really wanted to see it, or at the very least, that's why I started to invest my time in it. I wanted to see
Right. Time consuming.
I wanted to see the history laid out. It was really helping me to kind of be like, oh, this came first, right? But then also, you realize once you lay it all out that you can see patterns and you can see things that you wouldn't have normally been able to notice if you were just reading dates on paper. At least for me, like I know some people build like, file cabinets in their mind and shit, and they're able to organize shit. Not me. I want to see it. But yeah, that's the idea. And now, like looking at it, I don't know. I think I share Heather's excitement that there's something to this. That there's going to be a lot of lowering of the bar of access to the phenomenon for people. They can just log in and be like, "Oh shit, this is the UFO history."
That's what got you all caught up, right?
You're gonna gatekeep it? Is that the intention that I'm understanding?
Yeah, actually. So this is the deal, Evie. And actually, you would actually love this, I think. So
indulge.
Right. So initially, what you can do is you can see like just part of it, and then you have to pay. It's a premium price, or you can attend 3-4 hour classes via Zoom. You don't have to be there in person. And I teach you about a new cult that I'm kind of getting started, right? And I think that you would love it, and a lot of people will. And then so if you want to just join the cult, then you don't have to pay anything, and you can just have access to it. Of course, there'll be a lot of my own life will be included, especially when I defeated Alexander the Great in my previous life. That'll be included. So that'll be part of it. But this will lead you to, I don't know, I don't want to say a better life, but I definitely want to say a better life. Totally worth the investment. And yeah, check it out.
How altruistic of you and unassuming. Hats off, sir.
Life's a journey, Eve. What's up, Taylor?
Yeah, I was just wondering about the cult.